Baseball with the Bard.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again, and welcome to this week's episode of Baseball with the Bard. I'm your host, Noah Cross. Joining me, as always, Mr. Tyler Bard. Tyler, how's it going? It's been a little bit.
It has been a little bit. Some technical difficulties kept us from coming to you last week, but we are back with all the news from since then. So we've got some good stuff on tap today, Mr. Cross.
Heck yeah, and there's a lot of it. A lot of news, a lot of trades if you've been watching baseball. And last week we were going to do trade updates. We want to talk about some rumors, things that might have a chance of happening. And then within the last 7 days, a lot has happened. And honestly, within the last 2 days, a lot.
The title there says it. We're calling it the trade deadline in New Tech, a wild week in baseball's history. The title of this week's episode. I mean, that is an understatement. It has been absolutely bonkers in the MLB. This might go down as the biggest trade deadline ever.
I mean,
because of all the massive names. It's not even like there were a lot of trades. It was the massive trades that blew our mind. And can we just say R.I.P. Cubbies?
I can just say the people who left the Cubs, it's almost unbelievable. How not good they were.
Yeah.
There's all these huge names leaving the Cubs and these legacy-like players, but yet the Cubs are still the Cubs.
If this is their shot at rebuilding and they've done some research, we'll see, but we'll definitely get to that in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a while, but we're going to start things off with another type of new style here, the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland has officially renamed their baseball team to the Cleveland Guardians. Tyler, what do we think of the new name and logo? What do you think?
Listen, I'm not mad. I'm only upset because they stole the name from our boys, the New York Guardians.
I agree. I was thinking the same thing.
That's the only reason I don't like it. But it's a good name. As long as they don't come out with a gargoyle for their mascot, I mean, we're fine. But so far, there could have been a lot more worse names. So Guardian is not a bad one.
No, there could have been much worse. It's good. I don't know. I think the name Guardian, like Cleveland Guardian, just doesn't sound. It doesn't roll off the tongue. You know what I mean by that?
Like there could have been some better name choices, sure. But they had to be so careful because they were coming off of already controversial name, so they weren't going to do anything. Like they should have just been the Cleveland baseball team just to troll everybody.
And can you go back to the other logo, the baseball with
sure.
Like this one's good. The Guardians, that's okay. This what?
It looks like Perseus, I think, is what they're going for.
Is that what they're going for?
Yeah, so I'm assuming that's going to be their mascot. So
it's just going to be that.
If they're going, no, I would imagine. Well, maybe it's like a Mr. Matt.
It's going to be that with eyes.
Maybe a Mr. Matt kind of vibe, yeah, with the G's on the side.
Oh, okay, maybe we'll see. But
I don't know. But I don't hate it. I really don't hate it.
No,
I think
I don't hate
it's clean design.
I'm happy they finally chose a name.
Right, that's the biggest part.
Good. Yeah,
but it's a lot of people said it's especially actors saying they really liked it. Actors from the area. I think it was Tom Hanks saying that it's time to unite Cleveland like a family, and Guardians was a strong name that they could use for the city to make Cleveland feel powerful. So I think it's they did a pretty decent job.
Yeah. Also, Tom Hanks announcing this, like what? Sure, Tom Hanks is great. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But why? I feel like it
because they needed press. They needed press as well.
Sure, I guess. Guess what? I don't think that many people care, to be honest. Like, it's news. It's a big deal to change the name of a baseball team that has a legacy like the Cleveland team. However, I don't think anyone cares. To be honest, great Guardians. This is the first short segment of our episode. But other than that, whatever. They changed their name.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're just happy to see that this saga has come to an end. Of controversial name changes. So Kansas City Chiefs, you're next. So prepare yourselves. It's already begun. Now that the Cleveland one is done, they're already they've already gotten rid of the they did this horse. I forget what it's called. It was like blood something. And they had this horse come out in the beginning of the game, and they would stab the flag into the center. Yeah, that's canceled. So they're not doing that anymore. So
well, yeah, not surprising.
So they're next on the cutting block, but you know what, Guardians, welcome aboard. Next season, it's going to be nice to see a different name over in Cleveland. We'll see if the new name brings in an era of greatness or just suckiness. But we'll see.
It'll be the same old Cleveland team.
Same old.
That won't change. But what has changed a ton
is
all these damn trades in the last few days. So let's start off here with the Mets, because the Mets have struck a deal with the Tampa Bay Rays for catching prospect Mark Dyer, and they have acquired starting pitcher Rich Hill. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Hill is.
I mean, when we saw that, imagine we were just like, "Oh my god!" Like this is the biggest thing that's going to happen in the trade deadline, and that happened. We had this on the episode for last weekend.
Yes.
So we were just like, "Oh my wow!" Oh boy.
Well, the trade deadline was like, hold my beer. Literally. Hill is 6-4 with an ERA of 3.87. Not terrible. And the Mets also pick up Javi Baez and right-handed pitcher Trevor Williams. So the Mets are stocking up here. They're not messing around. I like to see it. It's cool to see these New York teams beefing up a little bit. And we'll get to the other New York team a little later that's been beefing up a little bit. I did jump around on you, Tyler.
Javi Baez that's massive because everyone thought Chris Bryant was going to be the guy going to the Mets. And he didn't stay in Chicago, spoiler alert, but he didn't go to New York. And it was Javi Baez, who Javi Baez said in free agency, his goal is to play with Francisco Lindor. So we knew he was eventually going to be on the Mets. But I guess the Cubs were like, oh, we'll save you a step. We'll save you. We'll just send you there now. And damn. That team, if you weren't already scared of the Mets, you should be now. Because now they're even more stacked than they were. DeGrom, unfortunately, having a little bit of a step back. But they will, if that team wins the division, look out.
I don't think they're getting past the Padres.
I mean, the Padres can't get past the Padres. Look, they did nothing in this trade deadline. They were absolutely silent.
And Tatis went down last night.
Right. So, like, even the Padres, the Giants basically just sat back and were like, I guess we should get one. Bryant? Yeah, all right, Bryant. Yeah, bring him in.
Yeah.
They were literally
we'll get to that.
Second.
We'll get to that. The Rays, however, because, they needed more power hitters,
right,
acquired Nelson Cruz from the Twins. Cruz is swinging .294 with 19 home runs and an OPS of .907 and hit a dinger in his first game in a Rays uniform. So that's not something you want to see if you're a fan of a team in the East.
Yeah, he was stressing me out last night watching him play against the Red Sox. I've never been a big fan of playing against this guy because he can crush the ball whenever the hell he wants to.
Yeah, he can hurt you for sure. Another guy that can hurt you on the other side of the ball field is Jose Barrios, who went to the Blue Jays.
The shocker. Another one where I was like, there you go. Easy signing for the Red Sox. Easy peasy signing. We need him. Nope. Blue Jays.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like
in the late hours of the night.
Yes. The Blue Jays haven't been like an incredible team. Like they're good, but they're not to a level where I would be like terrified of them. This, however, does give them a little bit of an edge, especially obviously on the bump, and especially in the East, it's very competitive. So just adding this makes the Blue Jays more competitive, and I don't like to see that again.
It's going to be a 4-team race at the top at the end of the season.
Yeah, exactly. Going from there to the Giants that we talked about before, what is happening to the Cubs? Chris Bryant is traded to the Giants.
Yikes.
The Giants, don't need to get any better. They're already at the top of their division, even though nobody.
What are we doing with Pablo?
Well, I think Pablo's out of a job.
No. That man's so cool. Have you seen Pablo lately? He's the coolest dude on that team. I guess he'll just sit back and be like, all right, boys, you got this. He'll just be like the Pedroia of the team. Like, I'll play if you need me, but I'll be over here.
And there is a video here of how emotional Bryant was after this trade. I mean, he's been through so much with the Cubs, a World Series, an MVP. So let's take a look at this video real quick of his emotional after getting that phone call that he was being traded.
As always, and there's Chris Bryant.
Hey, thanks.
On the phone, still in the Cubs uniform, and there you have it. He has just been dealt to the San Francisco Giants. You see the warm embraces, number 17, a pillar in the Cubs history, and we're going to keep you posted right here as things continue to unfold. Trade deadline day as KB wipes away the tears. An emotional day for a lot of people involved around these parts. More Cubs Live trade deadline special.
Man,
that is some serious emotion coming out of him right there. It is nice to see someone who cares so much about a city that it hurts him to leave that.
Yeah.
I don't know who that was in the dugout with him, Ross or who that was, but wow, they were sad too. Like both of them were crying, and that was a bro hug. That was the most intense bro hug I've seen in a while.
Absolutely.
A very emotional Bryant.
Yeah, and again, it's just one of those things where that's just kind of the nature of the beast with baseball. It's kind of wild how you can spend so much time in one place and do so much for one team, and then literally one phone call and you're shipping across, the country, going somewhere else. Unreal.
It's just a play that will live in infamy, or not in infamy. It was in our minds. It'll play over and over again. It's going to be a tough play for Bryant. He throws the first, and the Cubs are World Series champions. Like,
and then Rizzo puts the ball. Puts the ball in his back pocket.
Yeah, all right. And then Rizzo puts the ball in his back pocket. Rizzo, another guy we'll be talking about in just a little bit. But two of the biggest players in Cubbies history involved in both of them involved in the final out of the Cubs' last World Series win. God, I can still hear, like, that was one of the only times that I think Joe Buck nailed a call. Absolutely nailed a call. So I love it. I love this trade. This is big for him. It's sad for Chicago. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
But Chicago management and ownership seem unfazed. They've done is what's correct for this team moving forward. So we'll see. Maybe they are baseball minds. They literally work in baseball, so they might know something we don't know.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest thing. And looking at their contracts, if you look at Chris Bryant's contract, I think he was a free agent soon. So the Cubs knew that there was going to be a very competitive market for Bryant.
They're going to have to pay so much for him.
Well, they're going to pay, but what's the point? If you know your team's not going to be able to do it, then what's the point? I'm just going to so Chris Bryant is a free agent in 2022. This is his last year, so of control for the Cubs. So they said, you know what? There's no point. Javi Baez too. It was his last year with the contracts. The Cubs said, we're not going to pay this guy. We could, right? But at what point is it worth it? At what point is it worth it? Because we're not going to be able to compete with everyone else, and there's no point because we don't have a team that's going to be able to get the job done.
Right.
So we're not going to shed the cash for no reason. So Chris Bryant is shipping it to the Giants. But one thing here that happened the other day that I just find absolutely baffling. I see how Tyler is so disappointed. Max Scherzer and Trey Turner get traded from the Washington Nationals to the Dodgers. Two absolute all-stars, a stud of a starting pitcher, Max Scherzer, a stud of a shortstop, Trey Turner, the fastest player in the game, and he has Pop in his back, gets traded to the Dodgers. Like, where are they going to put these people? Where are they honestly going to put these people? I just baffling. It doesn't make any sense.
What sucks the most about this is all day, Rosenthal was like, it's official. It's official. Scherzer is going to the Padres. They have a deal. Something happened. Who knows what it was? I mean, the Nationals had the entire deck in their hand. But they probably didn't thumbs up that deal. They just were like, all right, we have a deal. But I'm also going to talk to all the other buyers. And the Dodgers were like, yes, everything. Wow, we'll sell you all of it. Just so the Padres can't have them. And then they were just like, you know what? We'll give you a trade Turner. I was like, wait, hold on. This is too much. Noah.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, these are two guys who won a World Series together, right? They defeated the Astros. And let's watch some highlights here of Scherzer absolutely dealing in the 2019 postseason.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Scherzer to the plate, and he struck him out.
That's what the crowd needed. They needed a strikeout from Scherzer to show that he has his good stuff tonight.
The pause, the kick, and the 1-2 to Grisham. Swing and a miss, and struck him out. 99-mile-an-hour fastball to the inside.
Fooled him and struck him out. Moustakas out number 2. Back-to-back strikeouts for Scherzer. His first 1-2-3 inning.
Here it is. Struck him out on a slider. He swung and missed. Ball in the dirt. Suzuki picks it up, steps clear, and throws to first to get the out.
It makes me miss postseason baseball. I can't wait. But there you go. Scherzer obviously still dealing. He was in the last year of his contract with the Nationals. The Nationals, again, another situation where he was making $27 million this year, and he's still dealing. So I mean, it's going to go up, right? Whoever signs him in 2022, who knows? But the Dodgers are in that postseason push, so they need someone. Put your hand down.
All right.
And then Trey Turner has another year of arbitration, so he's not leaving in 2022. He's a free agent in 2023. So we'll see who signs him there, and the Yankees might need a short. So
Put that out. Not allowed.
That'd be epic. And anyway, unreal. The Dodgers are just they're just like they were a juggernaut before. I don't even know what you call them now. Like, are they the evil empire now? Because
if they are a juggernaut, then the Cubs are just peasants in this world.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they just can't hold on to any players, man.
And this one's scary because the White Sox somehow got better. The White Sox already have the most, as we talked about before, the most efficient lineup in the game of baseball today. And they have signed Craig Kimbrel from the Chicago Cubs. So the Cubs, I saw a meme, and it was Patrick Starr going back to his rock, and it was like the "Who are you people?" And it was like Cubs fans going to games after the trade deadline. Who are you people? There's going to be a bunch of random people on the field because there's literally no one left on the team. But yeah, Craig Kimbrel got dealt to the White Sox. The White Sox somehow got scarier. They already have a tremendous lineup. They have a decent pitching rotation with Lance Lynn, Lucas Giolito. Craziness.
Starting to think I should have stuck to my prediction from last season of White Sox winning the World Series, but I'll stick to my guns. Somehow, Padres are going to have to pull it out.
This is true. The Padres are going to have to pull it out. I'm just trying to take a quick peek. Where are the White Sox? Actually, their record's not that great.
Yeah, but they're still like a ridiculous team, man.
Because the White Sox are in the American League. I'm stupid. Never mind. The record's amazing. They lead the West right now.
What were you looking
61
at?
and 20. I looked at CHC, which is the Cubs. I didn't look at CWS.
I was like, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure they have like an 11-game lead, but it's 9 games with Cleveland right behind them.
They're killing it. Yeah, 9 games. That's unreal. I mean, look at the East.
50-50 is the Indians. They're the closest person.
Sheesh. Yeah, no, the White Sox are killing it. They're playing damn good, and they just got better because now they have a solid closer, which I think that was one of their biggest downfalls was they were losing games late. So that's a good thing. They have Kimbrel. There was a little bit of time where the Yankees might have gotten Kimbrel, which I was like, you know what?
I thought that was going to happen.
Go. It went lit, but it didn't happen. What are you going to do? Anywho.
No, not enough.
Speaking of the AL East, the Red Sox get Kyle Schwarber.
Schwarber! What a Boston name.
I was going to say, I can't wait to hear that. Like, Schwarber, every other time he comes to the plate.
Oh, Schwarber, you're the best. Oh, we love Schwarber.
Tyler and I got to see Schwarber play, actually. We went to that Nats game.
Hit an absolute ripper to right field.
Fucking tank job to the second deck of Yankee Stadium, which isn't hard to do.
And it was since that day that he turned on his afterburners and has become an absolute menace at the plate.
Exactly. Well, it's because that guy in right field behind us was
pissed him off.
Remember that? He hit that tank job after he was yelling. He was yelling Schwarber, but that guy was probably from Boston.
He was wearing pinstripes. Get out of here.
It doesn't mean anything. What? What was this, a Civil War?
What are you going to say? He's a Bostonian Yankee fan?
Yeah, why not?
Gross.
There's probably Yankee fans who live in Boston and Boston fans live in New York.
No, they all died, actually.
All right, well, we'll mourn them in next week's episode. So yeah, Kyle Schwarber is now a member of the Boston Red Sox. I don't know how I feel about that. Don't like it at all, actually.
I mean, great, cool. Kyle Schwarber, we got another bat. It wasn't one that we needed. We didn't need an outfielder. What we needed was Anthony goddamn Rizzo, and that didn't happen, did it? No.
Nope, because the New York Yankees were like, wait, what? Who do the Red Sox want? The Anthony Rizzo? Nope. And they went on a trading spree. They traded for left-handed pitcher from the Angels, Andrew Heaney, first baseman Anthony Rizzo, and outfielder Joey freaking Gallo. Man, I'm excited about that. And these are another 3 guys who Rizzo, last year of his contract, going to be a free agent. You might as well just try and get something for him if you're the Cubs. Joey Gallo, last year of his contract, going to be a free agent. You might as well try to get something for him if you're the Rangers. And that's the strategy that a lot of these general managers use. Is they say, you're not going to be able to re-sign this guy. You could, but you're going to have to back up the Brinks truck to him. And do you really want to do that with the team that you have? Is it worth it? And they said no. I mean, it's just not, and that's the reality of the situation. I'm looking right now at Andrew Heaney's contract to see how long he's under control for. So, and again, that's 3 in a row. All 3 of them are free agents in 2022. So here's the thing, though, if you're the Yankees, sure, these moves are smart moves, right? Do you really think the Yankees can sign all 3 of these guys?
Oh, that would be insane. I think the only one they sign is this guy.
Well, let's take a peek, though. So Rizzo is making $16 million this year. Think he's going to be making more or less next year?
If they win a World Series and make a good postseason push and he does well, yeah, absolutely.
If they win a World Series, they're going to just give him what they want.
Right.
That's what always happens. But let's just say the Yankees make it to the championship series, get eliminated.
Yeah, I think he's easily a candidate for $22 million a year.
Okay. Joey Gallo.
No shot.
I think different. I think I reversed that. I think Gallo is more likely to come back than Rizzo.
I don't think
I could even see the Cubs just getting Rizzo back just because they're we need to put asses in seats somehow.
Oh, like a Chapman deal?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then they'll just re-sign him because the Cubs, the Yankees, the Cubs had someone the Yankees needed, right? So they need Rizzo to get through the rest of this season, which they do. And we'll talk about that once we get to the Yankees segment because if you ask me, Luke Voigt's out of a job.
Well, yeah, of course. I'm shocked he didn't get traded by the end of the trade deadline
which is ridiculous
for some sort of capacity. But I guess no one wanted him, or no one needed him, or I don't know. It happened.
Well, the Nats traded Josh Harrison, so the Nats maybe needed a first baseman, which is why there was a rumor that Scherzer could be dealt to the Yankees for a little bit, which would have been epic. Well, it didn't happen. So yeah, that's just the reality of the situation. I think Heaney will be back. Andrew Heaney he's making $6 million this year, so he'll definitely be back. Give him 15 for the season or something like that. Especially if he does okay. He's not an amazing pitcher, but he's not bad. And the Yankees do need another lefty in the rotation. That was a smart move. And I've always liked Andrew Heaney. He's been a sleeper on a lot of fantasy leagues. I've always picked him up, and as you know, I'm very good at fantasy.
Yeah, no, he's a decent pitcher. You guys did very well. The Yankees were one of the teams that did incredibly well. The Dodgers win the trade deadline by far. Dodgers win the trade deadline. That was insane. Yankees take a solid second place, and then I say the Mets probably take third. But wow, what a trade deadline this was. This was so much fun to watch. And these are just the big names that we're naming right here. There were so many more trades. Like the Red Sox picked up this guy called Hans, who I'm like, who the frick are you? But all right, cool. Welcome aboard. So yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting end to the season. Red Sox a little shaky right now. Yankees, they're pretty average right now. So we'll see if they can keep it up, or if Tampa Bay is just going to leave us both in the dust and get back to the top where they were last season.
Yeah, we'll see. The AL East is the tightest race still in the American League, and it's kind of tight between the Red Sox and the Rays. I don't think the Yankees are really in too much competition there with their 7.5 out. It's close, but the Red Sox and the Rays are definitely back and forth like it's anyone's game.
Half a game. It could. Oh God! And we're playing them tonight and tomorrow too.
Yep.
6 o'clock game tonight.
Remember we said, Tyler, 2 weeks ago that this stretch into August is the most important 2 weeks of the Red Sox season.
Oh yeah.
They play every single team and some of them twice, and that's the Yankees.
We got the Yankees next weekend? So it's
Again. Yeah.
Another weekend series.
So it's going to be a wild ride. But one wild ride that happened last week was this baseball game, Tyler. I don't know if you heard about this. The highest scoring baseball game ever. 43-run baseball game. And there's the box score on your screen there, folks. 22-21 was the final score. It only went 10 innings. 10 innings. And there was 43 runs across the plate. Imagine this, a 43-run on 28 hits, along with 31 walks, 6 hit batsmen, 8 wild pitches, 2 balks, and 14 errors. That's what happened, as you see here is the box score in the wildest baseball game on record. The Dominican Slugger League Mariners defeated the DSL Yankees 22-21 in 10 innings last Thursday night, and it was absolutely as insane as it sounds. I mean, what would you even – like if I was at this game, I'd be like, what the fuck are we doing?
Listen, the Yankee team was losing handily.
Yeah.
Handily. And then it turned into this like ridiculous – or other way around. Seattle was losing handily, and they had to turn it around in the 9th and 10th inning. And dear Lord, did they, because that game was bonkers. I mean, look, 2-1, then 6-1-1, 0-0, 1-4, 0-2, 2-3, 0-0, 6-3, 6-5. Like, dear Lord, Noah, I don't think I would have stayed through that whole game. That had to take – how long – did it say how long this took?
I don't have a time. It's definitely more than – it had to be more than 4 hours. There's no way it was less than 4 hours.
I'd say over 5.
Yeah. So, yeah, long game. Again, if we were at a game like this, probably been like, all right. Like, we get it.
Say, look at the 10th inning. 6 and then 5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would have been so mad if I were a Seattle fan. If I were a Seattle fan and then I saw New York coming back again and about to tie the game with 5 runs in the bottom of the 10th inning, oh my God, I'd have been screaming at that. I wouldn't have had a voice the next day. I'd have been so loud and annoyed.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Pretty bad. So there's that, a 43-run baseball game. I'm not going to spend too much time on that one. We just wanted to shout that out. If anyone wants to comment on that even later, if you're listening to this later, let us know what you think of the 43-run game and if you would have stayed if it lasted more than 4.5 hours. I don't know. It depends on how many drinks I've had that day. But
God, I mean it's just nuts. But we do love hearing from you guys. If you guys have any sort of input about anything we're talking about, please write your opinions in the chat. We'd love to hear you. Remember, you can join us live on Twitch at @tbard_, or you can go to YouTube, the Bard and Cross Entertainment channel, or on Facebook with Baseball with the Bard. You can find us on all 3 of those platforms live, or anywhere that you find your podcast after we're live. You can just listen on in and download it yourself. Yeah, so join us, please.
Absolutely. Using all the technologies to listen to our show.
That's it. Oh, so that's good. That was good. I see what you did there.
Thank you. Because now we're going to talk about, if you're watching their Facebook or YouTube, how MLB is testing a new electronic devices for catchers to give signals to pitchers.
I love this.
ESPN's Alden Gonzalez reports that MLB is venturing electronic devices to deter sign stealing. And as we know, the big Astros cheating scandal of 2017. Major League Baseball will begin testing new technology that allows catchers to electronically communicate signs to pitchers at one of the lower minor league levels within the next couple of weeks, a system designed to both quicken the pace of play and suppress legal sign stealing methods. A memo introducing the new system, a copy of which was obtained by ESPN, was sent to officials of 8 teams that make up the Class A California League on Friday of last week. In it, Major League Baseball announced plans to begin testing on August 3rd a pitcher-catcher communication device developed by a company called PitchCom. And that's a picture of the device there. So if you see, it says cancel. So if they want to change the sign, if they decided against maybe throwing a fastball or a curveball, there's a cancel button. There's an up in the zone, a down in the zone, and then there's a 1 through 9 there. So, you could have up to 9 pitches logged into the system, I guess is how it'll work.
Yeah, so, I would assume that's so like 1, 2, 3, 4 for your starter, 5, 6, 7 for your relief guys, and then 8 and 9 for your loser.
Okay. That makes sense. And then My thing is, though, sure, let's just say I'm the catcher, right, Tyler, and you're the pitcher, and I want you to throw a fastball. I press number 1.
Right.
I don't know how the pitcher knows.
I would assume so. It's going to be, from what I've understood, just watching like analysts talk about this, is that it's going to be a audio. So they'll have something near their ear. So if it's 1, you'll hear just a beep, just a one little tiny beep, and then beep, 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 beep. It'll do, you'll have to listen for the amount of buzzes. And then that's the pitch you throw. And I'm genius, absolutely genius. Whoever came up with this is going to be a multimillionaire because this is so smart.
Yeah, like the fact that we're still, I get it. This is old school baseball, right? Whatever. Putting signs down in between the catcher's legs.
No. This is improving.
Well, it makes sense. Well, but that's the thing. Like, you can't say it's ruining the game because ruining the game was when the Astros stole signs. Because all you have to do is look at the video camera. Like, just watch a feed. I can watch any game right here. We've been at games where I put the game on my phone.
Right. We literally, Noah and I will be at a Yankee game and we put our cups or our phones in our cup holders and watch 2 other games while we're there.
Yes. We're at Yankee Stadium, we're going to watch the Sox game and vice versa. If we're at Fenway, we're going to watch the Yankees.
That's it.
It's that easy to get a sign. Like, if anybody could be sitting next to the dugout, and sure, there's things that deter it. It's obviously much more well known now that it's a possibility of happening, so it's less likely to happen because there's more people looking for things like that after the Astros. But you never know. Like, the Astros did it for so long, you never know. So here we are. But that's neither here nor there. We'll see what happens.
Good stuff. Like, this is genius. And the cheaters and probably, honestly, pitchers are probably going to hate this. But personally, I think it is absolutely genius. And it's insane. And my buddy Rye Guy brings up a good point here. That's a true sports fan. We love it. That is Noah and I to a T. We love baseball first. Baseball first. And for Noah, it's baseball first, Yankees second. For me, it's baseball first, Red Sox second. I don't care who's playing. We're gonna watch baseball. We'll watch 3 games at the same time. I wish there was a red zone for MLB because
how many times have we said that?
Because NFL Red Zone, greatest thing ever. And I forget his name. It's escaping me now. But the host of NFL Red Zone, who's been the only person to host it in its entire existence, just signed like a 10-year contract. So it's not going anywhere. So very excited for that. And I honestly just love baseball. And I know, Noah, you're the same way. We literally have a baseball podcast. So it's something that we enjoy so much. So we can't get enough of it.
For sure. And I'll be in DC mid-August. I'm going up to see Coach from the 15th to the 20th, and we're going to 2 Nationals games while we're there. Like, they're playing, I think the Phillies. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not even like they're playing the Yankees or the Dodgers or something. It was like,
that's either going to be a slugfest or someone's going to win 1-0 in the 9th inning.
Precisely. Well, honestly, I'm kind of annoyed because when I was like, we're going to go see the Nats, I was like, I haven't seen Scherzer pitch in person. Like, maybe he'll be pitching because we're going to 2 or 3 games.
You can see Bryce Harper.
Oh, great. No, he's not even there. Oh, he's with the Phillies. That's right. Never mind. So that means he's going to hit a home run. Don't shut up. Shut your face. So yeah, I mean, Juan Soto is still there, so that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, they might as well just call him Juan Solo because he has no friends. So it's
unfortunate. Traded all his friends away. Oh man, you hate to see it.
It is just unfortunate for him, but hey, shit happens, and he'll get over it.
Absolutely. But speaking of things that are very fortunate on the other side of the coin, there are a lot of great things happening over at Clovercrest Media. So here are a few ads to see all that's going on.
Attention all basketball fans. CMG Sports presents the Posting Up Podcast, where Lucas Boldick, Sean Scanlon, and King Zay discuss the latest news and topics throughout the NBA. So, if you have a love for basketball, make sure you check out the Posting Up Podcast, live every Tuesday and Saturday on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Also available for download on every podcast platform. The Giants are running New York like the Times as Danny is dropping all sorts of dimes. Saquon's thighs are ruining defenses' lives and Leonard Williams making opposing QBs feel him. Receivers think it's scary to line up across James Bradbury, and the Giants have a bright future led by Coach Judge, Jury, and Executioner. Tune in to Drawing About the G-Men every Wednesday at 6, live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York. It's off to Leonard. Defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
High fly ball, right field. Grossman back, track, wall, see ya! Into the second deck! A grand slam the other way for Aaron Judge, and the Yankees are pouring it on!
For the latest news throughout the sports world, tune in to Sports Talk with R&J every Wednesday at 1 p.m.
The Awesome Wrestling Entertainment Podcast, presented by Clovercrest Media, is what you AEW fans have been looking for. Noah Cross and Tyler Bard give their take on every week's episode of Dynamite. If you are a massive AEW fan, then it is time to join us every Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time. Stay crossum.
The college football season is coming back, and we got you covered on every game. We're breaking it down on each snap all season long. Catch us every week starting on August 4th. Joe McGuire, Sean Scanlon, Jace Garcia, and yours truly, Obi Muniz, giving you the highlights, predictions, and current rankings. Visit our website at hhwshow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's All Four Downs, part of the CMG Sports Podcast Network.
Go. Oh! Get up! Get up! Let's go! Holy shit! Oh man, Noah, I'm having some fun over on Twitch lately. You also saw some ads from Clovercrest with our friends. We also have some podcasts going on right now, but we always show you a clip from one of my more recent live streams, and that was actually during a tournament for a few $100s, and so falling off there was not an option.
That was bullshit.
I was just 2 or 3 times. The problem was, you've seen it, Noah, when I played in a tournament in the past where I play against people in a server across the world.
Yeah.
That's what happened right there. I was playing on a European server, so I couldn't, the jumps weren't working. So I had to catch myself, and then I went flying. I had to catch myself again, which my reaction skills were just on point that time. So if you want to see stuff like that, just join us over on Twitch. It's tbard_. You can follow us over there. Join in on the fun. We just had a 12-hour stream on Saturday, Noah. It was so much fun. We played some Fall Guys. We played some Minecraft. We built some pixel art. I built, Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! I built him completely in our Minecraft world. So, yeah. We've been doing some amazing stuff on Twitch. Up to 333 followers now. So we are growing, and that is all because of you guys. It is a lot of fun having y'all in the audience. And the Rye Guy saying, I love those ads and clips. What is that? Here, Bean has the grip of steel. Yeah, I've been playing pretty strong lately on Fall Guys. So, and then Noah, you said you wanted to address this comment. Right?
Yeah, the comment here, we were talking before about how there's not really an MLB edition of Red Zone. This comment says, listen, bring them the idea and make that bread, right? Give MLB the idea. It would be amazing to see a little segment with live clutch situations from every game and from across the league, as they're somewhat happening. Now, there is a thing called MLB Tonight, but the problem is, one, it's on the MLB network, so you can't really get it a lot of places. And two, it's not as, what's the word I'm looking for?
It's not the same. It's not game forward.
Exactly. Exactly. Like they only pay attention to a couple things if they want to. Like if there's a no hitter, they're all over it.
They could just stop letting Greg Amsinger be in charge of the live feed. That would be fine.
But yeah, MLB Tonight, like that's their closest thing to it, but it's not done right. Like it's not done to the way where you could actually catch up on everything that's happening across the 100%. League. Because they only pay, like if someone makes someone made a diving play in Cleveland, let's go watch that. It's like, okay, well, great. Like they spent like 25 minutes on it.
That was fun.
Yeah, that's it. It's just like, oh, all right. And like, oh, someone throwing a no hitter. Oh, well, all right. Is it Tuesday again already? Wow.
Right. So, they got to work on it. If they could get something that works the same as Red Zone, oh man, like that would be so good. They have all 32 teams, or all 30 teams. Excuse me, the 32 is NFL. Have all 30 teams playing at the same time. Mwah! That would be absolutely beautiful. But Noah, my Red Sox, they're doing okay. They're still in first place, as you can see here, 63-42. Mr. Cross, they've got a half game lead up on Tampa, 7.5 on New York, 8.5 on Toronto, and then there's no other teams in the American League East. So those are the only ones we have to worry about. Who was it who texted me? I think my coworker Sean texted me first about this, and he texted it in a complete Boston accent, just Shwarber. Schwarber's going to the Red Sox. Dude, what a signing. He's got a .253 batting average right now with 25 home runs and a .910 OPS. I mean, this guy's going to fit in well when it comes to the bats. Again, I said it earlier in the show. Did we need this signing? I don't think so. I mean,
we're not balling it anymore.
He's played first, so he can play first base. So that's what the Red Sox needed, was a first baseman, but they blew it on that field. But I think this is a massive signing. And Noah sent me a video that I completely forgot had existed. And Shwarber, just an absolute monster of a batter. Everybody watch this real quick.
And Shwarber sends one high and deep, way back. And this ball is long gone.
Mercy. What in the world?
Over the scoreboard, on to Sheffield it goes. Shwarber with a booming home run. And the Cubs have a 6-4 lead.
Whoa, what a statement. That ball was crushed.
Dude.
That he hit it over the sign, out of the ballpark. Like, it's happened before to that level, but never out. Rizzo hit the sign, but he never hit it out. Shwarber is a beast. He's been mashing lately. He had a 7-game streak where he had 9 home runs. So, at Fenway Park, look out.
Yeah, because he's going to, knock over the John Hancock sign or something.
He's going to hit it to the red seat in right field. Ted Williams, look out.
He's going to hit it over that motherfucker. I think the way I captioned it, and I have to say it, was he hit the shit out of that ball. Because that's my first thought. Like, when I was like, oh, Kyle Schwarber videos, let's see. I clicked on that one, and I'm like, oh, my God. Like,
can you – my favorite part of this video, watch the umpire real quick. We're going to play it one more time. Watch the home plate umpire's reaction when this ball gets hit.
And Shwarber sends one high and deep, way back, and this ball is long gone.
It's like, holy shit. It was like taking
like,
off the glasses. Like, wow. Like, he had to watch that one go. He was like, I don't care if the plate's dirty. I'm coming to watch that puppy fly.
My favorite home runs are when the outfielders just turn around.
Yep. Didn't even move.
Well, like that one, you're not even gonna like. Sometimes they say like it's not right because like give it a little bit of a chase to it's kind of rude to the pitcher if you don't just look But in that case, if I'm the outfielder, I'm like, dude, you left that one right there for him. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Just watch that one. So I'm like, oh, that was fucking far.
Oh right. My god!
Give him another ball. Let's go. Because that's about all we can do here. But
and Noah, it's nice to have that bat and the bat in the lineup right now. Yeah, you're good, Noah. You go take care of what you got to take care of. Noah is, of course, working from camp right now, so sometimes there's stuff that's going to come up. But it's okay. I can take this segment here One of our boys is he's doing decently well right now. Chris Sale is rehabbing very, very well. It's exciting to see him doing some beautiful strikeouts and placement of the ball. He's absolutely dominating. In his first rehab start, he pitched in rookie ball last Thursday, which would be 2 Thursdays ago now. He worked 3 scoreless innings, allowing 4 hits while striking out 5 and not walking anyone. His fastball is hitting upwards of 97 to 98 miles per hour throughout that entire appearance, and Sale is more than likely going to replace Richards in the rotation. So probably going to be seeing Chris Sale very soon, Noah. So is that worrying to you as a Yankee fan that as good as the Red Sox are doing, they pick up a guy like this? I don't know if you remember, Noah, but the last time the Red Sox had an 8-game lead over the Yankees at this point in the season, the Yankees never got back. And the Red Sox rode it all the way to the end of the season. And 8-game lead where they could go like 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. And it was just, they never got close enough to have a chance to win the division. Are you worried as a Yankee fan that you guys do not have a chance to win the division anymore?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Joe and I talked about that. I think it was 3 weeks ago when Joe and I were on together.
Yeah.
That we don't think the Yankees have a chance. And sure, these new trade acquisitions are great. They're going to help. I think if anything, the Yankees have a chance of getting a wild card spot, which is when these trade acquisitions are going to come into play because you need to have a more solid team. The Yankees lineup looked amazing last night. I'll talk about that a little later. But considering the fact that Sale is throwing 97 or 98 in his appearances for a rehab game, does worry me. That's too good.
I mean, he's pitching against minor leaguers. So
he's still hitting the velocity.
I get that, but it's gonna be an easier at bat to face than say the Yankees in a live game. I am very excited. One of my coworkers actually went to the rehab game for Chris Sale up in Worcester, so she got to go see the Worcester Woo Sox. So don't get more Boston than that. And yeah, no, she said it was an absolute joy to see him back on the mound. Very exciting stuff. Chris Sale, I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't think we were going to see him this year. So Alex Cora, when I'm going to stop doubting him, who knows? There's this level of trust he has to regain with me for me to be able to just take his word on things. But Sale doing well, it is very exciting. But he's not the only one, Noah. We've got an incredible team right now behind the plate. Devers, Bogarts, and JD, of course, are keeping it up. And, of course, with the addition of this man here, Kyle Shwarber, it's going to be an interesting lineup, that's for sure. Once Shwarber is healthy and back, of course. But, Noah, I know this is one that probably haunts you. But it is a video that I absolutely must play when the Red Sox were just taking it to Garrett Cole.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a high deep drive right field. Watch this baby carry. It is gone into the bleachers. Rafi Devers with number 19, a 3-run shot.
Oh, was Devers all over that fastball. My goodness.
Yeah, he cranked that motherfucker.
Listen, when are Yankees pitchers going to stop throwing 100-mile-per-hour fastballs to Rafael Devers? Cut it out.
Down the middle.
Because every time they do that, I bring it back to Aroldis Chapman. I bring it back to 2 weeks before that at-bat against Garrett Cole. He did it all 3 times. When they pitch him a fastball, a get-me-over fastball, you're insane. Walk him. He's going to hit a home run.
Mm-hmm.
If he just the exit velocity was 114 miles per hour, Noah. Bonkers stuff, and 451 feet that ball went. That's how many feet shy do you think that is of the red seat, the Ted Williams home run seat? It's got to be.
I think it's like probably
30 feet shy.
I'd say 50.
Because wow,
a little more.
Let me look it up. But speak on your boy for a sec, because you love Rafael.
No, I love Rafael Devers. He's a solid player. I'm going to keep sticking with – I don't think Rafael Devers knows how good Rafael Devers is. He's just that good of a ball player. He's definitely helping the squad out with him, Bogarts, and JD all swinging on all cylinders. And now the acquisition of Shwarber. It's going to be crazy, and the Red Sox are looking scary. As you said, people got to stop pitching Devers 100-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Yeah, here it says in the first inning of the second, Ted Williams he faced Fred Hutchinson as the pitcher and launched a ball into section 42, which is where that ball was hit. Row 37, seat 21 in right field bleachers. It was the longest home run ever hit at Fenway Park, and still is. So, I mean, he hit it to what, row 12? And that was a ridiculous home run in itself. So, I mean, wow. Rafael Devers, dude. Whew. What a beast.
Yeah.
And, JD's been a little bit of a struggle lately. Xander Bogaerts been really a little quiet lately. But happens to everyone every season. They have a little bit of a slump. They need to find that Joey Votto power, because right now Joey Votto is absolutely hitting out of his mind.
What is happening with Joey Votto?
7 games in a row with a home run. He's 1 game away from tying the all-time in a row for a game home run. He'll be tied with Ken Griffey Jr. and a few other people for that title. That's wild. In one of his senior seasons as a baseball player. But dude, the Red Sox right now, I mean, I don't know what else to say, because we shit on them before the season started, as they were going to be like where Toronto is, with like just a few games over 500, and that's the best they're going to do. They are 21 games over 500 right now. And so 100 wins is in the picture for sure. Can they get it done? We'll see, Noah. I'm excited.
Yeah, there's a good amount of season left. That is for sure.
Yankees have got to be shaking in their boots, trying to think of what the hell they're going to do to stop this Red Sox team. Do you have any answers, Noah?
Well, I have 3. Hopefully. We're going to talk about the trades to start off, as we have Joey Gallo, who is traded to the Yankees, swinging .223 batting average with 25 home runs and an OPS of
he'll fit right in.
869. Well, the thing is, those 25 home runs.
Yeah,
that's why he's there, because you got the short porch in New York. They needed a lefty, and that's what Joe and I harped on a few weeks ago. The fact that they didn't have a power lefty is ridiculous. Like, if you look at any World Series team, period, especially the last few Yankees World Series teams, I can tell you who the power lefty was: Mark Teixeira, Jason Giambi. Those are the guys that get the job done. You have to have a power lefty. You can't have, and we've talked about this too, Tyler, you and I. The Yankees have a solid righty lineup, and there was no shakeup last night. Yankee lineup was literally like, I looked at it and I just breathed. I was like, oh, thank God. Like, it looks so great.
Right.
Torres leading off, which was weird. And then Joey Gallo, and then Aaron Judge, and then Anthony Rizzo. It's like gorgeous. Like, imagine having to face that 1 through 4. Like, that's what you want to put on a starting pitcher. Then you have Rizzo, who's swinging .248 batting average with 14 home runs and an OPS of 792. And then they signed Andrew Heaney. His ERA is high as a 5.27 with 6 and 7 in 94 innings, but
he's also playing for the Angels. So
Yankees needed another lefty, and I like Heaney. He's a pretty solid player.
Yeah, with him playing for the Angels, I mean, you're not playing in playoff mentality baseball, so you're not probably pitching out of your mind. But the Yankees know the potential behind this guy. The Yankees know he's a great player. We'll see. You're either going to just survive in pinstripes or you're going to thrive. So we'll see if he can thrive in the New York Lights. Do we know when his first start is going to be?
I mean, I imagine he's going to pick up in the same rotation. The Yankees haven't scheduled out that far yet.
They never schedule out. Their favorite pitcher is to be decided.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no one chosen for Monday as of now. So we'll see. I imagine, there's a 3-game set against the Orioles. I imagine he'll probably pitch either Monday through Wednesday, one of those days.
All right, cool. I mean, I'm excited to see what he does in pinstripes.
For sure. Me as well. But one thing that has already been exciting is Rizzo wasted no time in a Yankees uniform, joining the Bronx Bombers in home run fashion, where he sent one over the wall in his first game with the Yankees last night. And do we have that clip, Tyler?
Oh, yeah.
In Chicago, will never ever have to buy a meal there. And now he drills one deep to right field. There it goes. See ya. His first Yankee home run, and it gives the Yankees.
One thing I don't know, and I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't go try and find it, is I don't know John Sterling's home run call for Rizzo yet.
I mean, maybe he didn't have one. I mean, I can look. You're just going to have to give me a moment. And
I'll keep going. So we have Rizzo, and that's why he's there to do those things. One thing that I want to look at, I want to talk about, is I was watching a clip of lefties hitting home runs off of Yankee players. And the one thing there's a phrase that goes with being a lefty. Do you know what phrase I'm going to say, Tyler?
With being a lefty? No.
With being a lefty and a ball is low and in on a lefty. Turn and burn.
Oh, okay.
Left-handed hitters can turn and burn because majority of pitchers in baseball are right-handed. Majority of people are right-handed. We know that, right? That's why the Yankees have such a righty-heavy lineup. When you have a lefty and you're facing a righty pitcher, it's so hard for that righty to get the outside part of the plate. Like it's easy for them to just throw inside because that's the regular motion their body's going. So making a mistake on the inside of the plate, especially low, is just easy for a right-handed pitcher. So when that happens and you're a righty, you're chasing the ball outside. And that's what we see with Aaron Judge and Carlos Stain. But if that happens and you're a lefty and you can scoop that ball up, if you look at a lot of Rafael Devers' home runs, Rizzo's home runs, Gallo's home runs, Bryce Harper's home runs, Rufino Odor, once the Yankees got him, it's a lot of turn and burn because they can get inside as a lefty and they don't have to try that hard at Yankee Stadium. If they can get some solid wood on it, it's getting in the second row, and they'll take that because it's a home run regardless.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I think I have it right here. Let me see if I can pull up the audio here.
Was pitch number 83.
Pitch is hit high in the air to
Pitch
deep
is hit
right.
high in the
That
air.
ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Second deck and halfway up. Oh, Rizzo rakes. He drills a long home run to right.
Rizzo rakes.
Rizzo rakes. All right, I'll take it. I think my favorite one might have been, and R.I.P. Mike Ford because he's now on the Rays, but Mike is built Ford tough. That might have been my favorite. But.
That's a good one. No, Swishalicious is easily his.
Oh, positively Swishalicious. Oh, that was a great one. I missed it.
Hey,
There's another one. Another
Rob.
turn and burn. Turn and burn. Nick Swisher.
A-Rod with an A-bomb is a good one.
And hey, I want to talk about it real quick because Gallo is the first person in the Yankee uniform to wear the number 13 since Alex Rodriguez.
Slap in the face. I mean, I don't think anyone should wear 13. I think 13 should be a retired Yankee number.
I agree. Well, now it's not. So at least, at least until Rizzo's done with it. So.
Brutal.
We'll see where that goes. But one thing that's been happening over in the Yankees ball club is they called up a few young guns because they needed to shake things up. There were a few people in the outfield that were injured. They were losing some of their depth, so they called up catcher Rob Brantley, who has a batting average of 125. Okay, they called up Greg Allen, who has a batting average of 313 and OPS of 962 with 3 RBIs in 6 games. His first 6 games. He has been swinging, absolutely helping the Yankees out. And then Esteban Florial, who we've heard so much about, swinging a bat of 250 with an OPS of 983. Essentially, the Yankees giving these guys a chance, right? They're helping. They are helping a little bit. Like I said, Greg Allen has a high batting average, some RBIs. Florial has a high batting average. He's real fast and is a solid player and is the Yankees' number 1 prospect. So it's one of those things that a lot of ball clubs have been doing and bringing up.
Allen's been solid.
Yeah, absolutely. And bringing up these rookies and bringing up these younger players, and it's been paying off. So I say we keep doing it. You see it with Bobby Dahlbeck. It's working. You see it with Verdugo.
Bobby Dahlbeck's on his way out.
Well, fine. But he didn't hinder you guys this season.
No, he did all right. He's just I don't think he's going to be around much longer, unfortunately.
Fair. But one person I hope comes back is around for a while is Luis Severino. As he threw a bullpen session last Thursday and is scheduled through another live, today, scheduled through another live session. So looking forward to him hopefully returning. As we know, he had a rehab start down in the Yankees AAA affiliate where he he suffered a different injury to his shoulder. So now we're just waiting to see how long it's going to take him to get back to another point. Probably similar to Sale, he might come back in the last month of the season, which is very close. We could see what happens there, but I do think it's going to help. Like, Tyler, what do you think? Do you think that he's going to come back and it's going to help the Yankees, or he's going to come back and be average? Right.
No, this is a massive, massive deal. If this guy can come back, Noah, I've been saying it all year. The Yankees are going to win the division this year. I think the Yankees have this massive resurgence where they're going to be able to recover from this 7.5. They're going to prove that the rumors at the beginning of the season are true and that they just hit some speed bumps along the way. being a Red Sox fan, I'm glad the Red Sox are in first right now, but I think we play the Rays in a wild card game. I think we see Red Sox, Rays, wild card. We're going to be like the NL West. It's going to be 3 AL East teams in the playoffs, just like the NL West is going to have 3 teams in the playoffs. And that's still my prediction. As we get closer, I might adjust it. But for now, I still think that especially with the addition of these players and Luis Severino and one other player we're going to talk about in a moment, these guys are definitely looking to be a team to compete.
All right. I like it. I like what you're smoking. I'd like so. But I mean, yeah, that's the thing. The Yankees are a good team, right? If Severino comes back, it's obviously going to help. They have Heaney now, which is great. They have Cole, who's turning it up. Well, let's talk about this guy here. Sal Romano is sitting there at Fenway Park, but he's wearing Yankee gear. That's odd, huh? Big Sally makes his debut in New York. It's great to see. There you have it. Sal Romano, Southington's own. Tyler and I know him and his brother personally. It's so cool to see someone we know, especially playing in pinstripes. There's an interview here that he had with Meredith Marakovits on Yankees television. And did we have that, Tyler?
Oh, yeah, I got it right here. We'll listen to a little bit of it. Let's buckle up and see what Sal had to say.
With the wave of call-ups who've been helping the club lately, the number of players used by the Yankees this season has climbed to 47. Last night featured the latest to make their team debut in Sal Romano. He's got some local ties. Romano was born on Long Island and grew up a few hours away from Yankee Stadium in Southington, Connecticut. The Yankees signed the 27-year-old in May after he was designated for assignment and released by his original organization, the Reds, for whom Romano appeared in 83 career games. Earlier today, our Meredith Marakovits caught up with the right-hander.
Sal, as a Yankees fan growing up, what type of a thrill is it for you to wear that uniform?
Oh, it was a dream come true. There was I waited, 27 years to put that uniform on yesterday. It was an unbelievable feeling. I was actually at Yankee Stadium the day before, so I got to try on my pinstripe jersey and all that. Like I said, I waited a long time to do that. It was a dream come true. Had some family here. It was an unbelievable experience. I can't.
Man, so freaking cool to see someone that we know, obviously, but they're playing for the New York Yankees. I mean,
yeah, man. Sal is a very good friend. He's someone who I speak to every time he comes home, and just even if it's for a brief moment, he's always been very nice to answer my questions. I've been able to pick his brain a few times, and it's I don't want to spill too many secrets, but he's told me some cool inside information about the MLB, and the goal is to eventually get Sal on the show at some point. So,
yes.
Sal, I know you've listened in a few times, Sal. You've told me before that you've stopped and watched the podcast for a moment or two, but I know you're with the Yankees now, Mr. Big Shot. But if you want to stop by and get lambasted by a Red Sox fan, you come on over and we can chat. But I do want to share a funny moment when Sal. We knew he got the call to the Yankees, but neither of us knew that he got called up to the majors. So Sal I got the notification that there was a pitching change for the Yankee game, and I was like, whatever. And then I got a text from Courtney, a text from you, a text from Drew, a text from Rich, a text from my parents, they were all like, Sal's on. And I was literally just like, just laying down to go to bed. And my phone's like, it's going absolutely berserk. I'm like, all right, what is the world burning? What is everyone texting me for? And then I'm like, yes, it is. Sal's here. It's the world's on fire. And I just started sending pictures and posting all over. And Southington is very proud to see Sal on the big screen. Big Sally, as he goes by. Everyone is super excited to see you make the major leagues with your favorite team, someone you grew up idolizing. Insane. I mean, I remember talking to him last time when he was in town about going to the Yankees, and he said that would just be the most surreal thing that could ever happen in his career. And bam, here you are making your Yankee debut at Fenway Park. How cool is that?
Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, no, Vin, his brother, posted on Instagram, and I commented on it, like, so cool to see your brother and stuff. So it was cool to hear from Vin too, and it's just awesome to see. And I definitely, Tyler, I want to get Sal on the show so bad. I feel like it'd be really cool. Once the season ends, we'll wait till the winter, when he's hopefully has a little more time on his hands and he's not playing.
I can even just shoot a message over to Lynn, Vin, and Marissa and see if any of them want to come on and chat about him a little bit and see if anyone wants to give us a little insight. There he is with Mom and his high school baseball coach sitting on the third base side. Losers of Fenway Park, third base side. What are we doing over there? Get put some Red Sox unis on and get over to the correct side of the field.
As you can see, he's now property of the New York Yankees, and that makes me very happy. Let's go Yanks. But the Yanks are 54-48, third by a half a game. Tyler seems to think they're going to pull it off and come back and win the division. I'd love to see that as a Yankees fan for sure. If there's a team that can do it, it's definitely that one, especially with the new acquisitions. The lineup seems to be a little bit more stable. They just got to iron out a few more kinks and make sure they can keep DJ LeMahieu in that lineup. I did not see him yesterday. But today's games, hopefully we'll see him in that as we have the Yankees taking on the Marlins at 6:10, the Red Sox taking on the Rays at 6:10, the Mets taking on the Reds at 7:10, and then the Royals taking on the Blue Jays at 3:07. Very precise time there for the Royals versus the Blue Jays. And this was Baseball with the Bard. If you love podcasts, make sure you visit clovercrestmedia.com for a wide selection of different shows and podcasts covering all types of things, from sports to pop culture to music and politics. Go over there and check it all out. They're over now. Tyler, I didn't even know this. 50 shows on the Clovercrest Media.
I mean, it's insane how many things Joe has in the works right now. I didn't even know when he adjusted that was the correct number.
Yeah, I baffled. Over 50 shows, folks, on the CMG network. Go over to check out clovercrestmedia.com to check out all of those great things. Use the hashtag CMG. Talk about all things Clovercrest Media. And with that being said, I'm your host, Noah Cross. That's my best friend there, Tyler Bard, and this was Baseball with the Bard. See you next time.
Time for Baseball with the Bard.